Do you ever feel stuck in your current situation, yearning for a positive change but unsure where to start? It's a common sentiment, one that many of us grapple with, and it's also the first step towards understanding the power of change. Change, my friends, is the lifeblood of personal growth. It nudges us out of our comfort zones, pushes us to confront our weaknesses, and forces us to evolve. It's the catalyst that sparks the transformation from who we are to who we could be. Yes, it can be challenging, yes, it can be uncomfortable, but remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Change is that pressure, the necessary force that compels us to strive for improvement, to reach for greatness. It's the key that unlocks the door to a better version of ourselves. So, when the winds of change start to blow, don't retreat. Embrace it, harness its power. Remember, change is not something to fear, but rather an opportunity for growth and improvement. To make a positive change, you first need to identify the areas in your life that require improvement. But how do you do that? Well, let's delve into it. The first method is self-reflection. This involves taking a step back and looking at your life as if you were an outside observer. Consider your daily habits, behaviors, and routines. What's helping you grow? What's holding you back? These questions will help you see the bigger picture and pinpoint the areas that need a little tweaking. Now, self-reflection is powerful, but sometimes we can be our own worst critics, or, conversely, blind to our own shortcomings. That's where self-assessment comes in. This is a more structured approach to identifying areas for change. You might use a journal to track your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors over time. Alternatively, you could take advantage of online self-assessment tools, which are designed to provide a comprehensive overview of various aspects of your life, such as your career, relationships, or health. But remember, self-reflection and self-assessment are just two sides of the same coin. They give you an internal perspective. To get a well-rounded view, it's essential to also consider the external perspective. You can gain valuable insights by seeking feedback from others. This doesn't mean you have to accept every opinion thrown your way. Instead, take in the constructive criticism and ignore the noise. Listen to those who know you well and want the best for you. They can provide an outside perspective that you may not have considered. As you engage in these three practices, you'll start to notice patterns. Maybe you'll see that you're not as active as you'd like to be, or perhaps you'll realize that you've been neglecting certain relationships. These are the areas in your life that require attention and improvement. Remember, change isn't always about huge transformations. Sometimes it's the small adjustments that make the most significant difference. And every journey, no matter how long, begins with a single step. Identifying areas for change is the first step towards a better you. Now let's move on to the next step. Now that you've identified areas for change, it's time to set clear goals. But what makes a good goal? Well, the answer lies in the acronym, SMART. No, not smart as in intelligent, although that's never a bad thing. SMART as in specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's start with specific. A specific goal is one that's well-defined and clear. Instead of saying, I want to improve my health, you might say, I want to lose 10 pounds. This gives you a concrete objective to aim for, leaving no room for uncertainty or ambiguity. Next up is measurable. Make your goals quantifiable. If you can't measure it, how will you know you've achieved it? Going back to our example, losing 10 pounds is a measurable goal. You can step on the scale and see your progress. Then we have achievable. It's crucial to set goals that are within your reach. If you set an unachievable goal, it can lead to frustration and ultimately demotivate you. So instead of aiming to lose 10 pounds in a week, a more achievable goal might be to lose that weight over 2 months. Relevant is the next letter in our acronym. Your goals should align with your broader life objectives and values. If your overall aim is to lead a healthier lifestyle, then losing weight could be a relevant goal. Finally, we have time-bound. Setting a deadline creates a sense of urgency and can motivate you to take action. For instance, if your goal is to lose 10 pounds, you might set a deadline of 2 months from now. By setting SMART goals, you give yourself a clear path to follow. You know exactly what you're aiming for, how you'll measure your progress, and by when you aim to achieve it. This clarity can be incredibly empowering and can make the process of change less daunting. Setting clear goals is crucial for making positive changes. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So don't just wish for change. Plan for it, aim for it, and achieve it. Because you, my friend, are capable of great things. So you've identified areas for change and set clear goals. Now it's time to implement these changes. But how? The first step is to create a plan of action. This is your roadmap to success. Your plan should outline the steps you need to take to achieve your goals. including deadlines for each step. It's like plotting a journey. You wouldn't set off on a road trip without a map, would you? Now, it's essential to remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. So don't expect to make significant changes overnight. Instead, break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming and allows you to celebrate small victories along the way. Think of it as climbing a mountain. You don't just leap to the top, you take it one step at a time. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal. Next, let's talk about support. Change can be tough, and it's okay to ask for help. Seek out a mentor, someone who has been where you are and knows what it takes to get where you want to go. They can provide guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. You can also lean on friends and family for moral support. Remember, no man is an island, and we all need a little help sometimes. But what if you encounter obstacles along the way? Well, that's a part of the journey. Obstacles are not roadblocks, they're opportunities. They challenge us to think creatively, to innovate, and to strengthen our resolve. So when you encounter an obstacle, don't be discouraged. Instead, see it as a chance to grow and learn. And finally, stay motivated. Keep your eyes on the prize and remind yourself why you're making these changes. Visualize your success, and let that image fuel your determination. Implementing changes might be challenging, but with a solid plan and determination, you can make it happen. So buckle up and get ready for the ride. It's time to upgrade your life. Change is rarely a smooth journey. There will be obstacles along the way. So, how do you overcome them? Imagine you're on a path headed towards your goal, but suddenly, a large boulder appears in your way. This boulder represents the obstacles we often encounter when pursuing change. Now you could turn around and abandon your journey, or you can find a way around it. The choice is yours. The first obstacle many of us face is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of success. It's a powerful deterrent, but it can be overcome. The key is to maintain a positive attitude. Remember, fear is just a feeling. It cannot hold power over you unless you let it. So face your fears, embrace them, and use them as a stepping stone to propel you forward. Another common obstacle is resistance to change. We are creatures of habit, and breaking old patterns can be difficult. But remember, change is a natural part of life. Be resilient. Embrace the discomfort that comes with change. It's a sign that you are growing, and growth is always a good thing. Then there's the challenge of staying focused. With so many distractions in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of our goals. But keep your eyes on the prize. Visualize your goal, imagine how it feels to achieve it, and let that guide you. But what if the obstacle is too big, too daunting? What if you stumble and fall? Well, remember, it's okay to ask for help. We are not meant to face all of life's challenges alone. Reach out to friends, family, or a mentor. Their support can provide the extra push you need to overcome your obstacles. And finally, always remember, obstacles are a critical part of the journey. They test our resolve, our courage, and our determination. Each obstacle you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Obstacles are just opportunities in disguise. They are not there to stop you, but to make you stronger. So the next time you encounter a boulder on your path, don't see it as a setback. See it as a chance to prove to yourself just how capable you are. Now, you have the tools to make positive changes in your life, so what are you waiting for? The power of change lies within you. It starts with identifying areas in your life that need a little tweaking. Could it be your health, your career, your relationships? Once you've pinpointed these areas, set clear and realistic goals for yourself. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your dream life. Next comes the exciting part: implementing these changes. It might seem daunting at first, but remember, every big journey begins with a single step. Along the way, you will face obstacles, but don't let them deter you. Overcome them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. So, here's your call to action. Start small, start now. Embrace the power of change and let it guide you towards a better tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Start your journey to positive change today.